That's going to take us into our final topic in this segment of the show.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about the Golden Globes, which happened this past Sunday.
The Golden Globes. The show hosted by Andy Samberg and Sandra Oh that we talked about last week when you told me, like, oh, these are people hosting it. We had a list of the winners. We're just going to go and probably just go through the list of winners and say, like, probably why they won over the other ones. And then, yeah, we'll get into history.
Okay. Ready?
Alrighty. So let's talk about the monologue real quick, because, like, that was, like, the only funny part about it. But maybe Steve Carell's what's it called? Description of the new. They have, like, a Lifetime Achievement Award for like TV actresses or TV now, because they have one for television now. They have one for TV, and I forgot who won that. It was
for movies. You mean? You said they have one for television and now they have one for TV.
They have one for TV now. They have one for television. Like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, but TV and television are the same thing.
Oh wait, movies. Sorry.
Okay, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Okay.
I forgot who won that. I don't think it says.
There's a thing on here that says the Carol Burnett Award.
Carol Burnett. There you go.
Okay.
She won that. Like, Steve Carell was, like, the only thing that was kind of funny about it, but his little speech, because he's the one that presented the award to her.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, the monologue. What do you like? What did you like about the monologue?
There was a couple decent jokes. It was certainly not going to go down as, like, memorable monologue from either one of them. I think it was a little. I don't know what the right word is. It just they were trying. It was ironic because they were like intentionally spoofing themselves. They're spoofing the environment and atmosphere that they created. Yeah, which is just ironic.
Yeah, I thought that was fitting.
Yeah,
I thought this monologue. No, yeah, I don't thought it's gonna be, like, the best, but it just fits the time. But yeah, like the joke where you brought up a couple of them were like
the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
No, the one before that one about the race I hate the most or something like that.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what race of people I hate the most? She was like, Sandra Oh was like, we're the only two people left that haven't got any hot water on Twitter or whatever. And then Andy Samberg was like, you know what race of people I really hate the most?
Yeah.
Like the Hollywood half marathon.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
That's a terrible race
and then
of people.
You said the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel joke was like it feels like it's anti-Semitic.
The only show you can watch and say, is this anti-Semitic?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. That was pretty good. There was another one, I just can't remember. But yeah, I thought the monologue was just fitting. It just fit the time for right now. And maybe
I guess.
Maybe not that it's a wake-up call, but maybe it is. But yeah, I mean, the presenters, that was just, there's people talking about, like, there's a lot of political, like, little hints.
Yeah, obviously, but I think there were some jokes that were okay, and then there were some where they were being polite instead of roasting people, where it was just kind of cringy.
Yeah. I wish Andy Samberg just did the thing I showed you.
Yeah.
That would have been the best thing to do. But I don't think Sandra Oh could probably pull it off. Because I don't think she's a very good actor, even though she won last night or that night. But it's whatevs. We're gonna get into who won the bigger awards, because there's not too many big, like, totally big ones. There's somewhat indicators of, like, how the Oscars might handle this, I guess, in a way. But I think it's gonna be like a weird kind of mix up word, because, like, there's two kind of, like, sets of categories, like comedy and musical, and then, like, drama. But, like, the last couple of years, it's been like the drama supporting actress one here, but, like, the comedy actor one over here. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like how can you really outweigh? In a way, it's not really telling us who's gonna actually win. But the biggest award of the night, or the two biggest ones, were Best Motion Picture for a drama. Bohemian Rhapsody won, which was, like, I don't know if it's surprising. Is it surprising that it won?
Yes, but not as surprising given what it was up against.
Yeah, there wasn't that many strong movies against it.
So there were 4 other nominees. If Beale Street Could Talk, which is probably the one that I would have expected to win. If Beale Street Could Talk, A Star Is Born, Black Klansman, Black Panther, and Bohemian Rhapsody. So like of those, am I terribly shocked that Bohemian Rhapsody won? No. It is still surprising. But this is not at all the same field that it's going to be up against at the Oscars. So
yeah. Also, I think there's like a lack of like the movies that we saw last year. By this time, we saw like almost all the Oscar nominated ones in a way, and like I feel like we kind of did, but like, is this what we're going to be nominating for the Oscars in a way? You know what I mean?
I guess I only saw 2 of these 5.
Yeah.
Black Panther and Bohemian Rhapsody.
So I don't know. Like they would have to re-release those. But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of those came out earlier in the year. So the other ones for Best Motion Picture for musical or comedy, Green Book won, which I think is probably going to take it for Best Motion Picture for the actual Oscars.
Yeah, but Green Book did really well in general at the Golden Globes. I'm not really sure why it's listed as a comedy and not a drama. Like it's a drama with comedic elements, not a comedy with dramatic elements. So I don't. That's one thing that gets me about how they split their movies. Like how I don't understand how Green Book is in this category.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Well, I think maybe they did it so that Bohemian Rhapsody can win the other one. Probably. I don't know. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture for drama. Glenn Close won that one for The Wife. I don't even like I was saying like I hadn't even heard of this movie. Yeah. So there's another like Nicole Kidman movie where she got nominated for The Destroyer. Don't even remember the scene.
And I've heard really good things about that movie too. But like I don't. It must have been like a very limited release because I don't know where we could have seen that.
Yeah, I didn't. And then like Star Is Born, another movie that came out earlier, but we just didn't watch. So it's like
it's also a movie that's been done like 2 other times at least.
Yeah, so it's like a weird kind of just look at this and like say like maybe we didn't get the best performances this year, I guess, or maybe there wasn't the best pool because like what last year we had Lady Bird with what's her name? I don't know.
Charisse Theron. Short, yeah. Right?
So she's Irish.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but like she had a great performance in that, and then the other one was
not Theron.
Three Billboards was
Frances McDormand.
Yeah, so like I thought those were solid performances, and like that people Ronan there. Ronan.
Short. I can never. It's one of those names I'll never pronounce it correctly.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like I feel like maybe the performances weren't as good as last year. Maybe that's what I'm probably thinking. Best performing actor or best performance by an actor in a motion picture drama. Rami Malek won that one, which out of all these, I guess I didn't know William Dafoe was in another movie besides Aquaman this year. Lucas Hedge, I kind of want to go see that now because I remember seeing that on like the AMC app, and he's actually been in great movies the last couple of years. 3 Billboards, Lady Bird. The year before, Manchester by the Sea. So, like, he's having, like, a decent track record.
So he was in back-to-back Best Pictures, right? Well, yeah. Didn't Manchester by the Sea win 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Because that's the, like, Casey Affleck. Okay,
yeah. And, like, him and then the guy that was in... he was in Hostels, the French kid, and then he was also in Lady Bird, and then he was in Call Me By Your Name last year.
Oh, Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, and then he's, like, kind of have, like, the same kind of... They're both... kind of like the 2 up-and-coming actors, young men actors that are kind of getting into.
He was in that Steve Carell movie too.
Yeah, he got nominated for that actually, and I think a comedy one.
Okay.
Olivia Colman won Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, in a Musical or Comedy. The Favorites. She plays Queen Elizabeth, I think.
I guess we haven't seen. Is it Elizabeth? It could be Victoria or something like that.
Victoria. I guess.
One of the because it's older than it's definitely not this Queen Elizabeth. It could be the first Queen Elizabeth, but it's definitely not like this one. It's too old for that. Yeah, I guess we haven't seen that movie yet, but I was surprised that she was the lead. I guess I didn't expect her to be considered the lead, in that I expected it to be
the other two actresses,
Rachel Weisz and
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, yeah. I guess maybe I don't understand that movie as well as I thought I did.
Yeah,
because I didn't expect her to be considered the lead actress.
Yeah, in the trailers, it didn't seem like she.
It seems like it's going to be the two of them, not her. Yeah,
but maybe that's a good thing, and maybe that's why she won it. Like,
yeah,
she
maybe
really surprised people.
For that, I guess without having seen, actually, I have not seen any of these movies. I didn't see 8th Grade. I did not see Crazy Rich Asians. I think this might be a slight upset for Constance Wu in Crazy Rich Asians, just the success that movie had. And I know that Elsie Fisher was receiving a lot of praise for her performance in 8th Grade. That was like kind of a like festival darling sort of film. So possibly a little bit of an upset there, as far as like that category is concerned.
I guess, but it didn't get like nominated for anything else besides her performance, really, too. I think.
Yeah,
Best performance by an actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Christian Bale won that one. I think out of all these, Viggo Mortensen would have been the only other person I would have like picked.
Yeah, very. Again, like I don't understand why Green Book is in these categories, but I'm okay with Christian Bale winning this. I think that while I like definitely don't agree with Vice in general, personally, like the acting in that movie is great. So I'm okay with that.
Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in any motion picture. So they didn't.
So now there's no categories.
Yeah, Regina King won this one. We haven't seen what was it called?
If Beale Street Could Talk.
Beale Street?
Yeah.
I thought that was a T. I was gonna call it Beale. Wait, there's no L either. Fuck, I don't know how to read. Beale Street. We haven't seen that one either. But even though it was nominated, and like you said, like that one, like before the awards happened, that we would have bet that would have won. But
again, surprised with like there's Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz like as like both up against each other for supporting role. So maybe I don't understand the favorite as much as I thought I did.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then best supporting actor, Mahershala Ali won that one for Green Book.
Hey, you got that name down.
Yeah, I got it now. I got it down. I thought he had a great performance in that one. I guess that's why he was this. Sometimes I don't understand how they make supporting and lead actors. I thought they were both kind of like the lead in a way.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Although, I think that movie focuses more on
his like
Viggo Mortensen
than
his
it changing
does.
of mind.
His
and
like,
and you don't see Mahershala Ali until he gets introduced to him. So that makes sense. Yeah. Best director in a motion picture, Alfonso Cuarón. Cuarón, is that how you say it?
I do not even see it yet.
For Roma, that also won.
Director Alfonso. Yeah, I guess that's good as a director, or good as pronunciation as I could come up with.
Yeah, this one also won for best foreign film, I think, or foreign non-English, basically. I've seen this one advertised a lot, so I kind of want to go see this one eventually, but I don't know if
it's on Netflix.
Oh, it is?
It's a Netflix movie.
Oh, it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go watch it on Netflix then.
I think that I do really love Green Book, but I think Spike Lee was probably the closest in second, I would guess. I haven't seen Black Klansman, but from what I've heard of it, how well he was able to balance like discussing a very serious topic with the humor that he was able to put into that. I think that perhaps that was a slight upset there, and I think that Roma is. I don't know. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on Roma. I think Roma is overperforming, at least from people that I follow, like who are film critics. I feel like Roma might be overperforming a little bit as far as the awards are concerned.
But yeah, best screenplay went to Green Book. That makes sense. I thought everything was pretty solid. The story, back to front, the like critical moments. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that one.
Yeah, neither do I, especially given what it's up against. Yeah. No complaints there.
I think the most interesting one for me that I saw was the best motion picture animated, and that Spider-Man one over Incredibles 2, which is kind of a pretty good achievement, being a a Pixar movie, and a very popular and a very good Pixar movie too. But yeah, we did our review about it. A solid movie, maybe just a little bit more solid than Incredibles 2.
I definitely liked it more than Incredibles 2. Yeah, I would say it's more solid. I think the incredible thing about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is that the budget for Spider-Man is only $90 million compared to something like Incredibles 2, which is above $200 million.
Mm-hmm. And then Isles of Dogs, I also saw that one. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't have had a problem if that would have won the award too.
Thanks for that invite, bud.
That was like 7,000 months ago, dude.
I know, but I don't remember you texting me being like, yo, let's go to the movies and see Isle of Dogs.
I don't remember.
This was the whole like claymation one, right? Or like paper mache dogs or whatever.
I don't know. You would have to like look at it, I guess, or maybe have to like watch it.
It's a stop motion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then best foreign film, Roma already won that one. We talked about that. Best original score. Do we need to talk about that? I mean,
no.
So. The score ones we don't really.
Neither of
talk
us are really film critics or score critics.
Yeah.
Well, neither film critics either.
Yeah. Television series, our best television series for drama. The Americans won.
Have yet to see that final season, but I do plan on getting to it eventually.
Yeah, I think the only one I watch out of this is Homecoming. Off titties.
Bodyguard's been getting some good traction on Netflix, and Killing Eve also. It was a series that was a series that was released very early on in the year. I think it's Sandra Oh and who's the blonde? It's like they're like two assassins or whatever, and like one of them's trying to kill the other, something like that. Mm-hmm. So that had some pretty good traction early on in the year too.
Yeah, and then Richard Madden won for best actor, I believe.
Yeah,
in this.
Did. Yeah.
And then best for comedy, the Kaminskis. Is that how you say it?
It's the Kaminsky Project, isn't it?
Yeah, or Kaminsky Method.
Method, yeah.
With Michael Douglas and I don't know who the other guy is. I think he's from Little Miss Sunshine. The grandpa looks like. I'm not too sure. But one over the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like it must have been really good. So
it's true. It must have been really good because Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is really good.
It's fantastic.
You might say it's marvelous.
Isn't
that guy? Oh, never mind. That's not how I thought it was. Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, Kaminsky Method for Rachel Brosnahan did win, although the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel didn't win for best comedy. Rachel Brosnahan won for best actress in a comedy.
Yeah, and like after that, it's like I don't know any of these people that won. So,
actress in miniseries, I'm not sure about that. The Assassination of Gianni Versace has had okay reviews. I think that's another one that might be overperforming a little bit. What else do we have here? Just a few other small ones, I think. Michael Douglas got Best Actor.
Yeah.
I think I was surprised. I think I would have expected this one to go maybe to Bill Hader for Barry. I think Barry has been... I see that not as I guess I see that as a little bit of like a dark horse for that sort of category. So I was surprised to see Michael Douglas.
Yeah, and then also Jim Carrey. I mean, Kidding got also the nomination for Best Show, and then he got the nomination for Best Actor. Which is also another funny part when I think they've done this before, where they kick the TV actors into the back while they're on because the main part is film, and they did that for him. He's like, "Well, I've been in movies." I thought that was a good part of the monologue.
He has I have whatever movie coming out next year. It's like, well, then you can come back next year.
yeah.
And then the Sandra Oh, the host, won Best Actress for Drama for Killing Eve. So
yeah, she was.
So that's over Elizabeth Moss in Handmaid's Tale, Julia Roberts in Homecoming, Kerry Russell obviously from The Americans, final season of The Americans.
It's kind of interesting to look
Catriona
at
Balfe?
how shows don't repeat success after seasons. like girls, like the first season like did well at the Emmys and then never showed up. The Handmaid's Tale, another show that did well.
Yeah,
But like,
I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think it's just like
Donald Glover's Atlanta. He got nominated, but that was it.
right. I think it's just like if that next season doesn't raise the bar like significantly, it's just like yeah, it's good. Like, you're like you get a nomination. It's like we recognize that you're still like great, but it kind of goes towards like what's new.
Yeah.
They honestly sometimes like might as well just change the category to like best new.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like every year it's like,
It's
oh, this is the hot
new.
thing this year.
Yeah.
Like it was Handmaid's Tale, it was The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, it was Atlanta, and now it's like, what's new this year? Sort of thing, like the Kaminsky Method and Killing Eve and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments down below on who you thought should have won and didn't win. Also, let us know who you think or what movie is going to win best motion picture at the Oscars with what we've talked about in the beginning of part of this video
We should only be like
or segment.
a week, maybe 2 weeks from having the Oscar nomination, so we'll be able to get into that a little bit.
So, yes, out of those 10 movies in the best motion pictures, let us know. Or if there's a movie that's not in there that you thought should be nominated, let us know too. Opinions.